Derby County and former manager Paul Warne were targeting the signing of John Swift from West Bromwich Albion back in January, but they were unable to make a deal get done for the 29-year-old midfielder, but he is now set for release from West Bromwich Albion, with their retained list being announced over the course of the last few weeks. Now, Derby County could target John Swift again as they look to improve the depth and experience in their midfield, as they look to become more of a mid-table mediocre championship side. Now, obviously for John Swift, he's been a very, very good performer at the top end of the championship for the last few years, but could a move for Derby County be good for him as he looks to reinvigorate his career at 29 years old? Now, he's been at West Brom for a while, and he is a player who was key for them this season, making 36 appearances across the course of the championship campaign. But will he be able to make 46 for Derby County next season? Shall we get into it? Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets. The 29 West Bromwich Albion midfielder made 37 appearances across the course of the Championship and the FA Cup this season, scoring 3 times, collecting 1 assist as well as 4 yellow cards. He made 1,804 Championship and FA Cup minutes this season, but wasn't a main starter for West Bromwich Albion. He came off the bench 17 times and is one of those players who, in my opinion, deserved much better. Now, obviously, across the course of his career, he's been a very, very good player across the course of a range of different positions and a range of different clubs, whether that be in the Championship or in other divisions like the likes of League One and others like that. Now, obviously, he came through at Chelsea, spent time at the likes of Rotherham, Swindon Town, Brentford, obviously as well as the likes of Reading and West Brom. Now, his most notable spell was at Reading, where he made 202 appearances, scoring 34 goals, collecting 37 assists, before then moving on to pastures new at West Bromwich Albion back in 2022-2023, where he made 126 appearances so far with 19 goals and 12 assists. But no more appearances will be coming for the Championship stalwart, as he has been set to be released by the West Bromwich Albion former manager. Now, with his contract expiring, it does obviously open the door for Derby County to make a move for the player, with obviously just a signing on fee and wages to contend with. Now, is he the type of player that John Eustace needs? Now, I'm not necessarily saying that John Swift will perfectly fit into a John Eustace system, but I think John Swift has a lot of quality and can be massively important for Derby County should we make this move. Now, obviously, there hasn't been a lot of conversation about this link for John Swift since obviously that report came out from John Percy around the middle of February, not long after Paul Warne was sacked. But ultimately, if there's a player on the radar in January and the contract is up in the summer, they will probably have a conversation. Now, he's a versatile midfielder, can play anywhere through the middle from that holding role to sort of a second striker type role. Now, in my opinion, he's more of a sort of a sitter, not necessarily a tackling sitter, but more of a dictator. Likes to get on the ball in that sort of let's say number 8 role, let's say, where he's not necessarily your number 10, he's not necessarily your number 6, but he's sort of in that role in between. Now, he has made a lot of appearances as a number 10, so he certainly can play that role, but as he's gotten sort of older, and especially if we look towards this season, he's made more appearances in that sort of deeper role as per transfer market. Now, it's one of them for me where I wouldn't have him as that sort of option off the striker, similar to what Marcus Harness was playing with Jerry Yates this season. I'd sort of have him in that little bit of a deeper role. But it all depends on what John Eustace is planning to do with this squad moving forward. Now, in my opinion, it's going to be a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 as we head into the 2025-26 season. And I think that's a formation that John Swift can certainly sort of fit into. You've also got the likes of Kenzo Heldmine who can add options, and we are looking at reportedly bringing back Marcus Harness, which again sort of adds to those attacking options in those midfield places. You can sort of have Swift and Harness as those number 10s. You can have, if you want to play it a little bit deeper, you can chuck in Kenzo as the sort of deep lying creator. And these are the moves that Derby County need to make. Now, obviously, when we talk about Derby County's midfield options, there's a lot of people that are going to talk in the comments or even wherever, or while they're watching this video, they may be thinking about someone of the likes of Harrison Armstrong or David Ozo. And I do think Derby County needs similar players to that next season. Obviously, in David Ozo's case, we need a player who can stay fit for the season. In the case of Harrison Armstrong, I'd happily have him back next season to play in that midfield because he showed us exactly how good he could be. And apparently, from a few Everton fans that I've spoke to, he isn't sort of a deep line midfielder. He's more of a number 10, which sort of then gives you sort of an extra option of that adaptability and reliability that I was talking about yesterday in the video about John Eustace. And that then for me would make massive changes for Derby County if you've got those sort of mixture of options with the likes of John Swift, the likes of Harrison Armstrong, the likes of Liam Thompson, maybe the likes of Ebu Adams, who can sort of rotate through those midfield positions. It also means that you're not sort of stuck in a position where your midfield can't rotate, because at times we've had that before where we sort of have a direct sitting midfielder that can't be further forward. We've had a further forward midfielder that can't sort of drop in. Like if we go back to the likes of Tom Lawrence, not necessarily a tackler, not necessarily a deeper midfielder. And in my opinion, that's what Derby County haven't had for years. It's that sort of midfield rotation that we need. And I think under John Eustace, when we played the likes of Harrison Armstrong, Liam Thompson and Ebu Adams together, you had that sort of rotation. Armstrong could go forward. Tomo could be the further forward. Adams could be the further forward. Now, obviously, we all would prefer Ebu Adams to sit a little bit deeper, but we know that he's got that capability. Now, obviously, in regards to John Swift, with him being a free transfer, I do believe that it's a good move for Derby County to sort of discuss as they move forward, to sort of try and improve that midfield options that they have. Because obviously at the moment it's just Ebu Adams, it's just Kenzo Heldmine and Ben Osborne as we sort of look at the depth chart right now. But if we sort of move forward, you've obviously got that conversation of Liam Thompson returning. You've got obviously the conversation of Harrison Armstrong maybe coming back, and obviously who could step up from the academy, we don't know. Harry Hawkins had a great season out on loan. Like, you don't know sort of where this is going to go for John Eustace. And I think John Swift would be a perfect move for Derby County to move forward. Now, you can obviously let me know your thoughts down in the comments, but I personally believe that the championship experience of John Swift, 335 championship games, 57 goals, 50 assists across the course of that sort of championship period, in my opinion, is unbelievable. Now, you can let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on that notification bell, and I'll let you now get into the V-roll for the Derby County raffle. Do you want to win yourself the brand new Derby County 2025-26 home shirt? Well, I'm here to give you an opportunity to do that. There will be a link down in the description where you can head on over to raffle.com to join a raffle where you can win the Derby County home shirt. Ticket prices start at just £1 with a range of different discounts available. You can buy 2 tickets, get 2 free, 5 tickets, get 5 free, 10 tickets, get 10 free, and 15 tickets to get 15 free. The intention with this is to give you guys the opportunity to win a Derby County shirt for less than the valued cost in the shop. So if you haven't done so already, head on down to the description, click on the link in the description, which will take you over to raffle.com, create yourself an account, answer the question, and join this raffle. The winner will be announced on August 1st at 6 p.m. as the transfer window begins to draw to a close. So if you haven't done so already, head on over there and get your tickets.